enough is such a critical concept for us to grasp, for us, about ourselves. It's foundational for us to know, like, what we are building towards and why. Because if we don't know what enough is, in a world where we are trained to just consume and take and acquire, from like experiences to assets, just more, if we don't know what enough is for us to ground us, we will constantly feel we don't have enough, we are not enough, that we need to make more, that we are not secure, that if we don't have more of these things, we can't be set. My mom has been always oriented around financial security, and it makes sense as an immigrant in this country, in the US, but an immigrant in any country, because you don't have a strong footing. And her parents were refugees after the communist revolution, and they had to flee. And so there's been a generational sense of insecurity. And my mom has sacrificed everything for this sense of security. And even now, she's retired, but is constantly feeling like she can't retire. Like, she just actually went back and took like a consulting project for 6 months and like hurt her back as a result from, anyway, just rushing to meetings. But she financially has all the assets she needs to retire. She's had it for years, but kept working for more years because she just didn't trust that she had enough. And she could have sold like things to make sure to actualize those assets. So she had liquidity and cash on hand, but she kept being like, oh, but what if they grow? Like, and then I'm going to miss out on those gains. And I'm just like, what is this all for? And a conversation I have with her all the time is like, what is enough for you? What's going to be enough, Mom? And she doesn't have a grasp on that. And because she doesn't have a grasp on it, she can have enough right now and not know it. Like, I had oatmeal for breakfast, and I boiled my water in a camp stove and had oatmeal, and it was fucking delicious. Like, out here, I don't need more than that. I don't need like some crazy fancy like setup. I need sustenance. But there are times where I felt in my like the lack in my life where I'm like food was a way that I could like kind of build up my sense of like, oh, you're treating yourself, you're taking care of yourself, like you don't have lack, because food was a way that I would soothe, and good meals in particular. And now, as I have a clearer sense of my enoughness, like, I don't need crutches to feel my enoughness. I still have moments, like I'll walk around New York City, especially, and you're just like, oh my God, all these things sound so good. But not needing the indulgence to feel like I'm taking care of myself or that I'm more whole makes life so much easier. It grounds you in just knowing that if you have what you need, if you get the enoughness, you get some protein, you get some fiber, but also that you have shelter and you have food and you have love in your life, then what more do you really need? And each person's definition of enough is going to be a little bit different, but it's really important that we each define that for ourselves, because otherwise the pull of the media, society, corporations who spend billions of dollars marketing at us, tell us you need X, Y, and Z, you need all this shit. That pull is so strong. Social media is so strong. The internet is so strong. It's manipulative. It's a master at storytelling. It's a master at making us feel like we're not enough. That we just need to buy that thing and we'll be better. We'll be more whole. We'll be more happy. Doesn't mean we don't buy any things. It just means that we have to be able to define for ourselves and know, like in our bones, what enough is. I wish that so deeply for my mom, because if she did, she would have probably worked a little less the last decade. She probably would have spent more time with me and the people she actually cared about. She would have had more time for herself, to be less stressed, to think about what she enjoys, to take on hobbies. She loves to paint, to spend more time on that, to take more trips, to live life. And she's starting, as she slowed down, she's just starting to kind of settle into that feeling and start to feel some regret about pushing so hard and not really enjoying it along the way, because she was so driven by this sense of, I don't have enough, even though she did. And the thing I wish for her now, in kind of this, like, however many years she's got left, is that she can define this. And when she's feeling that pull of, like, insecurity, that she can balance it with, but wait, I said this is what enough means. Can I fight off that insecurity? Can I fight off that push? And I wish for a lot of things for her, but that is the thing that I wish the most, because that would bring about so much more calm and peace to her life. Because for someone whose whole life has been oriented around insecurity and not having enough, if you don't know what enough looks like, you'll keep chasing and trying to solve for that insecurity because it's survival. And even if enough is staring you in the face, in your bank accounts, in your net worth, it won't matter, because she didn't know what enough was. And so when she got it, she kept chasing. And so I hope each of you take some time and think about what enough means to you, so that you don't find yourself chasing something that you don't actually need.